All right. So this was me last week. Last minute switch. Grant for Will Manny. Should have left Will Manny in. But then I put in Rylan Reese instead of whoever else I had in there for defense. So I'm not that mad at it. Um, Dane Smith. That's a tough play. Um, I thought that he was going to do better. They still put up 12 goals. He just didn't have any of them. Had two assists, couple turnovers though, so that'll do it. And then the body of my player Royale lineup was Joe Nardella, Blaze Reardon, 28 and 23 points respectively. Um, yeah, I saw Blaze having a good game. I saw that game being the under. It wasn't that way, but it wasn't honestly that all that far off. And Joe Nardella, I just knew that the matchup against TK, he always does well against him. Those are guys that practice together in the off season, so it was nice to see them go at it. Um, yeah, just I would have left Will Manny in, but I'm not mad. 85 points, I'll take it. I had Rylan Reese do way better than anyone thought. Joe Nardella, I knew was going to blow out of the water, and Blaze Reardon did more or less what he was supposed to. Next week in Dallas, this is kind of what I'm looking at. I'm sticking with the Will Manny train. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. And I'm going Dylan Ward as my goalie just because in this tier one for faceoffs, you have Trevor Baptiste, Joe Nardella, Connor Farrell. Trevor Baptiste is out. Joe Nardello's playing Connor Farrell. You're left with either people who you don't know is going to play, but TD's definitely going to play. Kind of stuck with that at the moment. I was like, all right, we're on a Woods roll right now. I got to spend the two on a midfielder. Miles Jones, a goal, a two-pointer, and an assist last night. A two-pointer was a bit fugazi, but anything to get the ball rolling. The Redwoods really need it. They're versing chaos. I think that they might be able to do it. Blaze, I know that he's not the best, but he's also obviously not the worst when it comes down to two-pointers. So hell, man, maybe he can net another one. That'd be huge. And then Ben Randall, really just looking for a guy to be on the Water Dogs defensively. They always do well statistically wise. They always make a lot of calls turnovers. I think with Dylan Ward in that, it's going to be a very different season for them from this point on. Um, Redwoods Atlas. Redwoods, obviously, they had Serge and Jones, who both put up 1-1-1 in terms of stats, one goal, one two-pointer, and one assist. Jules with a crazy goal to get him started. Matt Cav with a goal. Ryder Garnsey, I think, had a hat trick. Rob Pennell with 3 points. Garnsey had two goals and an assist. Bertrand with 3 points. So a lot of depth scoring from them. Even Eddie Glazer adding to the fire. So that was big. Three two-pointers on this game. So that definitely helped out big time, especially with the lapse adjustment. Excuse me. By the end, with the Kincannon like running into the stands, or basically. And then on the other side, Atlas, you have obviously Chris Gray who put in a ton of work. Jeff Teat doing his thing. Eric Law, obviously Costago with a hat trick. So definitely still seeing the same thing. And then same thing, Cade Van Raphorst, Craig Chick. You have those defensive guys scoring as well. This is the highest scoring weekend in PLL history. 107 goals on the weekend. Next, we had the Whip Snakes and the Chaos. Obviously, the Whip Snakes doing their thing. And then also Jack Kelly and Concannon on both sides for the Redwoods and the Atlas. Both had above 50% on save percentage. So big plays by both the goaltenders. They definitely, surprisingly, I mean, it's 16-15, but kept each team in the game. A lot of shots. Whip Snakes Chaos. Yeah, Whip Snakes. Burnlore, not the greatest game defensively. No one was like a crazy standout. Offensively, um, Matt Rambo with 4 points. You don't see that all too often, at least not nowadays. He really doesn't take the control over the game unless he absolutely has to. And on the other side, another 4 point game was Josh Byrne. So some scores over there. And then obviously defensively for them, Blaze Reardon, just an absolute staple in net. Cannons, Archers, just absolutely lighting up. Will Manny with the crazy game. Tom Schreiber with a great game for himself. Trey LeClaire with a hat trick as well. And on the other side for the Cannons, a 7 pointer out of Lyle Thompson, a 3 point game out of Ryan Drenner. So overall, I'm not sure what they did. This is all just me spinning off the fucking top of the dome right now. So excuse me if I get any of these wrong, but I know I haven't so far. Um, I don't know if anyone defensively, like I know their goaltending wasn't fire. I think it was like 45, yeah, 45%. And then, yeah, Zach Goodrich with a good game, which we haven't really seen all that much of him this year. At least last year, he was one of the best, if not the best. Yeah, he was the best short stick demon in the league. This game, two close turnovers, two ground balls, 1 point, not too shabby. And then on the other side, oh man, I should have fucking done that. But on the other side, Archers, Graham Hossack, two calls turnovers, five ground balls. Not too fucking shabby. And then Git with 52%, and then Ignacio going 73, nine ground balls. Ignacio's a tricky one for me. Sometimes I don't know if I like him, sometimes I don't know if I do. And then Chrome, Water Dogs will open this one up. I know before I even look at anything. Morrill with a hat trick, Nick Churn with 7 points. On the other side, Connor Kelly with those two goals, one being the game winner. I forget who led. Kieran McArdle with the 4 points for them. Connor Farrell beating Jake Withers. It's usually a back and forth matchup, but whoever wins by a lot. And then both goaltenders over 50%. Sean Saccone with 60%. So, I mean, that'll do it. Chrome defensively wise, Michael Manley, the two call starters, three ground balls. He's always going to be a one. JT Giles Harris, he's also one as well. And then on the other side, for the Water Dogs defensively, nothing. Oh no, actually, I mean Dylan Ward, two call starters, two ground balls. Liam Burns, 2-2. Eli Gobrecht, 2-1. Christian Scarpello, 2-1. Zach Currier, 1-5 and 1 point. Jesus, Connor Kelly, 1-4 and 3. Rylan Reese, 1-2-2. I mean, like just an absolute fucking dog day by the fucking Water Dogs. That's what gave them the win. So big big ups for them there. This is my look for the next week. Um, this is a tough one. Archer's Atlas. I think the Atlas bounced back in a good way. I think this is gonna be whatever it is. I think it's gonna be 24.5. This will go over. Chrome Whip Snakes. I like the Chrome here. Over the Whip Snakes. That's the underdog. I'm kind of surprised by it. We'll see though. I think they have just as good as a face-off guy. I don't think they'll win that per se, but I think that they'll keep it competitive where it's not going to matter too much. Goaltending wise, I think I got to lean Chrome. Defensively wise, it's really either way. I mean, they both play such a great game. Midfielder wise, I mean, I kind of want to lean Whip Snakes. I just always love their like that Brad Smith and Chaney out of them, and then even their defensive midfielders. But the Chrome have some, I think, defensive midfielders. The Chrome excel a little bit more, getting some game winners out of them. And then attack wise, I think you got to go with the Whip Snakes. I mean, Zed Williams, um, Matt Rambo. I forget who the third guy is. So that'll be tough. I'm surprised that it's as staggered as it is, 67% to 32%. And then we have the Water Dogs and the Cannons. Water Dogs, pretty heavy favorite, and I would expect them to pretty easily roll over the Cannons. And then the Redwoods and Chaos. Redwoods are a pretty heavy favorite. I would expect to see that stay more or less. And then we have the hypothetical Buffs Brains bets. Let's take a quick look into the PLL. Last week, not the greatest. I think I went 1 for 3, which it is what it is. Let's take a look here. Archer's Atlas, 25.5. Okay. That's such a tough over to take. I'm minus money too. The spread Archer's minus 1.5. I kind of like the Atlas plus 1.5, but sometimes I'm like, if you're just gonna take the plus, just take the money line. Like, just take the money line. Because Atlas, it's better. Yeah, no, I guess that makes sense. Because even if they lose by one, you still got it. That'll be interesting. I think I'm gonna stick with the Atlas money line though. Chrome Whip Snakes. This I'm gonna hammer that under. And I don't really. I guess you could go the Chrome plus 100 money line. Not the worst. And then Water Dogs Cannons. This is a tough one for me. I mean, I would just go minus 185 money line though. Even minus 1.5, minus 300. Not the greatest, but that's kind of what I'd go with. And then Redwoods Chaos, minus 1.5 for the Redwoods. Chaos are the favorite. I mean, Chaos are the underdogs, plus 1.5, minus 650 for them. They're both money line the same though. And the over under is 23.5. I'm gonna have to leave this one be. I don't really think I can make any rash decisions here. And that's about what we're looking at next week. We have, like I said, Archer's Atlas. I could imagine that being a high scoring game. Chrome Whip Snakes, I feel like it's a battle of defenses. Water Dogs Cannons, it's going to be Water Dogs rolling over the cannons. Um, and then Redwoods Chaos, like who really fucking knows what's going to come out of that. But I tried to make a video last night and the night before, but my fucking the storage on my iPad is just absolutely shot. So we'll try to get that going again. We'll figure it out. I gotta get an external hard drive for that. Figure out how to get that into the iMovie, but we'll figure it all out. It's no big deal. But we back at it with the PLL lacrosse fantasy bets, buffs, brains, bets, fantasy bets, fantasy bets, buffs, bets,